Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. WrestleMania Night 1 for WrestleMania 41 has just went off the air. I am Conrad Cushman, representing Everything Pro Wrestling. He is Derek, representing his own views, and I am alongside my Clash of the Podcast partner every Monday live at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. But not this Monday. We're going to be on doing a Raw watch-along with Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly.
Happy Easter, gentlemen. Happy Easter. It's a blessed time of year. WrestleMania Night 1 will go down to me in 2025 as a show that's probably not as great as we would have liked, but there's an obvious result of match 1 that makes me smile from ear to ear. And then there is a result of the main event that makes me smile for a different reason, because being right makes me very happy.
Okay. Derek, am I forgetting anything?
Well, I'm ready to go. Drop that.
Oh yeah. Listen. You were late with it.
No. Time out. I have zero problem with Derek dropping the line. I was not aware that this was an episode of Clash of the Podcast. I thought I was a guest of Everything Pro Wrestling. Otherwise, I would have said
it's a hybrid.
No. Derek is a friend of mine. I have no problem with him dropping the line. I was not aware this is an episode of Clash of the Podcast. You were not transparent about that at all, Conrad. This is totally on you.
It's on the image.
No, absolutely not. There is no Clash of the Podcast insignia anywhere on the... Oh, there it is. Son of a gun. All right, my bad. It's good to be here, guys.
It feels so good to be right, folks.
It's good to be here.
No, we're going to talk WrestleMania and everything. Let's get to our shout-outs real quick, man. Everyone who's in here, we appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe, audio listeners, 5-star review, all that good stuff. I don't know how long we're going to go. I don't know how tired we are. There's Easter tomorrow. There's family time tomorrow. And then we're back again to do this all again for you guys, because we love the game. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Terrell, 317.
T317. T3Z. What up, though?
We got Matt Lopez in the house saying, good evening.
Emily Foshizi.
He says, hi, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a pretty good Saturday. It was a great, we're going to talk about Jey Uso winning the title. Awesome triple threat, but midnight one. Woo! Midnight. I like that. Caught me. Terrell, we're going to get to back to your stuff here. The opposite of the last couple AEW pay-per-views. I don't know what you mean by that, E. You have to elaborate, sir. Hey, yo. So I'll let you can get it.
Hey, yo.
That's right. Gabe's in the house. A good first night. Tiffany and Charlotte was better than I ever expected. That match I see like weird mixed reviews for. Clown. Yo, I know Clown's enjoying Mania week, man. He's been on his stuff, man. I've seen all your posts, Clown, GCW, all the indie stuff. I'm caught up, I think, on Stardom. I do need to watch Spark still. That's the one show I haven't watched yet.
Clown, 13Z, 4tweezy.
XG Dub, what's good?
XG Dub, what up?
Guy Will Gamble in the house. Appreciate
that. Would have been dope if he hit him with a chair. I like that Guy Will Gamble.
Our guy Hubs letting you know. Thank you. Rob, he said enjoyable show, but if I'm being honest, it really didn't feel like WrestleMania, if that makes sense.
That makes a whole lot of sense, Rob.
Interesting. Yeah, we're going to get to a lot of that. Ant won't stop. Yo, Ant, what's good, bro? Yo, I shared on X, Twitter, whatever you call it these days. Ant definitely put out a WrestleMania song today with a video, lyric video. Make sure you guys go check that out, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed WrestleMania. Appreciate you, Ant. Sean, our guy in the house.
Mike Feezy for Sheezy. I appreciate you. Mike was in the building for the watch along. Thank you, bro.
Big D.
Wow, that is definitely what she said.
Yo.
Yo, chill. Quills in the house. What's good, Quills? What up, everybody?
Really?
Your boy Sir Quills is here, back on Clash of the By God podcast to enjoy all three of my favorite bros, CJ Hubbs and Brother Derek, for a review of WrestleMania Night 1. Let's get into the mess here that it was. Overall, going into it, man, let's just jump right into the matches, and I'll have to try to scratch this up and fix it up for us. With that being said, we're going to start with the opener, which was Gunther versus Jey Uso, my brother. Sean, this is your guy, bro. This was your moment. Take it.
Well, first of all, welcome to Clash of the Podcast with myself, Conrad, and my guy, Derek. After some brief difficulties, we're back and ready to rock and roll. And speaking of rocking and rolling, Jey Uso came to the ring like never before, ready to rock and roll, ready to be ready to have his moment, you know. And for those of you who joined me live on HWW for the live watch along, you guys saw the emotion that was there. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. But as it relates to the match itself, Jey Uso's entrance was very good. You saw flags, yeet flags. You saw yeet signs. You saw the crowd going crazy. Definitely not indicative of the internet trolling that I've seen going on, because the live audiences continue to support this guy, and rightfully so. He came out. The match was fairly predictable at first. I predicted, as Conrad did, that it would be a beatdown for most of the match, and that Jey Uso would have to find a way to kind of gather himself and come back in the match. And that's exactly what happened. But the way the victory was won was very surprising. After 3 Uso splashes, after a Gunther powerbomb by Jey Uso, out of nowhere, Jey Uso locks in the Kakita clutch, or otherwise known as a sleeper hold, and taps out Gunther. Like, Jey Uso tapped out the ring general in the middle of the ring. I was in shock. I'm sure Derek and Conrad were in shock. And we have a new world champion. Like, I think it should have been that way last April in Paris, or last May in Paris. I thought it should have been that way when he faced Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. But that's neither here nor there. Jey Uso has won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. It is part of his resume. I've been preaching resume for months. I've been preaching Kurt Hennig. I have been preaching Scott Hall. I have been preaching Owen Hart. Resumes matter. And now Jey Uso's resume is complete. He is now, to me, what you consider his tag team work, I consider him to be a certified Hall of Famer. I believe he will go in as a tag team competitor and as a singles competitor when it's all said and done, because of his accolades. And he is much deserved, contrary to what I think my good friend, my guy Derek, is probably about to say.
Kick it to Derek, man. Jey Uso wins via tap out, brother. What did you think of it?
Okay, so first off, let me just say,
This is hate.
no, it's not, bro. First off, let me just say, congratulations to Jey Uso. He got his moment. There we go. He deserved that moment. But I don't disagree with you, Sean. He definitely deserves his moment. He definitely deserves
Resume.
Yeah, he definitely deserves that. My only thing is, I'm not the type of person like these other people who hate Jey Uso the way that they do. I don't hate Jey Uso.
You're not a troll. Let me go on record. Derek is not a troll.
Yeah, no, I definitely do not. I don't hate Jey Uso. My only issue is, okay, so we talk about we talk about the resume. We talk about the sales and crowd reaction, all that good stuff. me being the person that I am when it comes to watching wrestling, I don't care about the sales. I mean, I care about crowd reaction, but I don't care about the sales.
Mm.
If we look at it, I want people to sit here and really think what singles matches are better than his tag team matches.
I mean, is that rhetorical? Because I can't answer that, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Seth and Jey on Raw for the World Heavyweight title tore the house down.
But if you look at all of his matches, his best two are with Roman.
Fair enough.
Then the rest of them are all tag team matches.
No, Seth. No, that's what I'm saying. Seth and Jey 1-on-1 for the World Heavyweight title, where he lost on Raw, was an excellent match.
See, I can't buy into it, bro.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't. So a lot of people have said Ilya's match, him with Ilya, Dragunov, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, Ilya is a good wrestler, but he's also a good seller too.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of situation that we had with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is a good wrestler, but he is also a seller too.
Mm-hmm.
It takes two to tango, bro.
It does, but it also takes one to make you look even better.
Listen, I don't want to hear this. I wrestled a broom. He wrestled that. If you have multiple great things, yes, that's on you. But if the match is great or whatever it is, that night, I don't care if it's Shawn Michaels, great Khali. If they get in the ring and crush it, Khali gets credit too. They both crushed it.
But if you
look at before you continue, Derek, because the stage is yours, bro, and I can't wait to hear everything you're about to say. Take a look at M. Leezy's comment at the very bottom. That's a resume right there as it relates to matches that are one-on-one that were bangers. We're not talking about Savage and Steamboat, but we're not talking about HBK Undertaker, but we are talking about some high quality one-on-one matches that when you combine that handful of matches with the t-shirt sales, with the entrance, with the charisma, why are we having such difficulty wrapping our head around Jey Uso being world champion? All Hulk Hogan did. Now, 7-year-old, 12-year-old Shawn was, 7-year-old Shawn was an idiot. All right? 7-year-old Shawn was an idiot. You know why? Because I bought into this hot garbage as a 7-year-old kid. I bought into, but you know what? 7-year-old Shawn was a moron because 7-year-old Shawn bought into this red and yellow crap. That's all Hogan did. Hogan put his stupid hand to his stupid ear. He put a boot in somebody's face. He jumped in the air and dropped the leg. I don't see the difference. But please continue.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not gonna sit here and thrash his move list.
Okay.
John Cena move list is horrible too.
Okay, so listen. So what I'm saying to you, and I want you to just go, Derek. You're not bashing his move list because again, you've been fair. You don't like Jey Uso, but you've been fair in your criticism. So I'm trying to give you the floor so you can articulate it and give it to me so maybe a Jey Uso fan like myself can understand. You're not knocking his move list. You admit he's super popular. You admit his entrance is fire. You admit that he's super charismatic. You admit that he's selling merchandise. So what about him makes you believe he's undeserving of being the world champion?
Last WrestleMania match that he had with his brother.
Okay.
Now, had they delivered that match there, because he did.
This is hindsight.
No. Because I promise you, the promo that he gave to Jimmy was fire. The promo he gave to Jimmy was fire. That would have changed my mind had that match would have been better.
I respect it.
Had it been better, I wouldn't be so against it.
Okay.
I would have welcomed it because there even on Instagram there was I can't remember the name of the song that they put behind the promo, but the song that they used matched the promo that he gave. It was like a heartfelt song that you're listening to behind the promo, and I'm like, you know what? He really selling right now. This is a promo that I've been waiting for him to deliver for a very long time. I was looking forward to that match being better than any other match on the card. And when they let me down, that's when my ship sailed.
I respect it. Your opinion is valid. Your opinion is valid.
You had me at that point. But I'm used to seeing, if you look at his top 10 matches of all time, the first two, 9 and 10, Roman Reigns. And then the rest of it is all tag team matches. I'm not taking nothing away from what he's done recently. But if you Google and go through all his top 10 matches, those matches haven't been put in.
Again, I'm not picking up on hater energy from you, bro. I'm not. I respect it and I appreciate it. Like, I mean, I'm over here as far as the world title. You're over there as far as the world title. Conrad, I need you to kind of split the difference, dude.
I will. Clown first. Let me say this. Clown says Suzuki put on a 4-star match with a blow-up down. I'm about to reiterate my point. If there was no blow-up down, how would that match have went? It takes two to tango. If there's not someone across from you, you can't make a good match by yourself. If someone just stood there, what are you going to do? You can't work circles around me. You can't. You can't. You put anyone in there then. It wouldn't matter. You have to be at least decent. You got to be able to hang. So that's my point. And at the end of the day, I'm coming with the facts when it's down to this. The facts. All right? For anyone who goes back and listens to this, I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm going to edit those out as soon as I can, probably in the morning. I'm going to go edit those out. I'm going to have the timestamps in there. You know why? It takes two to tango in everything, no matter what. You don't do the work by yourself. I don't care.
But are they better than his tag team?
Now, there is someone better than in the ring. I didn't say that. I said it takes two to tango.
But I know. But I'm not taking that away from you. I'm saying, are those singles matches better than what he's had as a tag team?
No, but he's a great tag team wrestler. I think that's where he's going to go down as like top whatever.
That's what I'm saying. He is better as a tag team wrestler than he is individually.
Facts, Matt Lopez. Facts. We're going to get into all of this in 1 second here. All I know is at the end of the day, Jey Uso choked out Gunther. I couldn't, when he was doing the splash, I was like, oh, he's going to hit all 4 splashes and that's it. That's game over. Sean, so I watched Sean's reaction. I'm not.
Well, I mean, honestly,
I was in the room.
That would have been the best way to do it because 4 splashes wouldn't have done it.
Me and Sean went crazy, bro. I was like, he tapped out. That's nuts that they let Jey Uso do that to Gunther, bro. I was not expecting it. That was definitive. That was like, done.
Well,
he's the champ.
That was the only way you're going to do it because the splashes weren't going to do it.
Right?
You would have had to have made Jay tap him out because splashes aren't enough.
I don't know, man. Sean's happy. I was more happy for my friend who's been telling me that even in the beginning I was wrong, and I was like, I don't see it. I don't see him being the world champ. And guess what? I was wrong. Conrad Cushman was wrong. You can go listen to all the past episodes. I will admit, I was wrong.
You were wrong. You were wrong, but you were very supportive as well. The bottom line is this, man. At the end of the day, man, I'm old school, man. Derek Conrad, I'm old school. I hate when people literally, I'm not gonna get too heavy with you guys, but I hate when people literally live and die without getting their flowers. Jey Uso since 2023, since I've quoted it about 1 million times now, since he looked in his brother's eyes and said, I'm out. I mean, you're out and I'm out too, and kicked Roman Reigns in the face. Since that day, Jey Uso's been on the map for me. So it took 2 years. I thought I'll say it from the rooftops. I think he should have won in Paris last May at Backlash, but it took all this time. I'm just saying, you got to give people their flowers when they earn them, because people literally live and die and never get their flowers. Scott Hall, Owen Hart, Kurt Hennig, up to name the few that I continue to name. So I'm just happy the brother got his flowers. I don't care if he lost it. If he loses it on Monday, I couldn't care less because you can never take away. I'm serious. You guys think I'm joking? I've been consistent.
I'm not going for that. There's some that you could do something that'll make me mad. Like when Zack Ryder lost it to I was kind of like, yo, we did. Why didn't we do that?
Chat, Conrad, Derek. I'm my hand to God on the holiest of holidays. I wouldn't care if Jey Uso lost that belt on Monday night. I just wanted that man to get a world title on his resume because that brother deserved it. To me, it's not about length of title reign. I don't care if he can lose it on Monday for all I care. The brother is now a world champion, and nobody can ever take that away from him.
That's a fact.
No, it is a fact. It's definitely a fact. Like I said, I got more to it, but I'm not going to hold everybody up for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate that. You guys can save it for Monday when we're doing the Raw Watch Along. More than welcome to join us, Derek, if you're available. Tag title match. We had the New Day taking on the War Raiders. Listen, I don't really. Does anyone have a lot to say about this? Like, I'm just going to look at you two.
We could breeze past that.
Yeah, just one line. New Day deserved to win the match, and I'm glad they did.
Yeah, War Raiders came out with some Clash of Clans attire. I don't know what Party City they got those from, but I didn't think they looked particularly great.
Dude, well, they're like in limbo. Like, what are you supposed to be? Are you War Raiders or are you bikers? What are you supposed to be?
New Day had cool attires.
They did.
They get the win. They hit the what do they call it? The daylight.
I think that's what it's called.
All I know is someone got stomped by Xavier Woods, and it was game over. And Kofi held the leg like Bobby Heenan did the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 5. I was good with it. New Day are the tag champs. We can move on. They should have did this a while ago, right?
Yeah, long time.
Yeah, and the Street Profits deserve to be on the show.
Yeah, we'll see their TLC match on Friday. I guess that's their consolation.
There was a small window of time, 30 seconds or less. There was a small window when they were fighting back. I'm talking about DIY, Street Profits, and Motor City Machine Guns arguing backstage. And Nick Aldis took the belts away and said, "You know what? We're going to settle this. We're going to settle this. I'm sick and tired of this crap. We're going to settle this." And the crowd in Vegas on SmackDown got real excited. And then as soon as he said next week, everybody started booing.
Yeah, because everything is always next week. Next week.
Well, you got to build to the next show too. Like I understand that, but not WrestleMania week, bro. You better deliver.
Well, I don't know, man. Like you always say, you got to strike when the iron's hot, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, and I think that's the hotter tag team program anyway.
It is
on SmackDown.
It is.
Let's get to this. This was a match where we finally had a women's match, not for a championship on here. There's a little story behind this one. Naomi versus Jade Cargill. It was the battle over Bianca's friendship, basically. Naomi put Bianca through a windshield in November. We didn't know who did it for months and months and months. And then at Elimination Chamber, Jade Cargill returned and mollywopped Naomi.
She sure did.
And here we are now. They had their chance here to do something. This was a solid match. I really enjoyed it. I thought it came off much better than it should have, in my opinion. I enjoyed it, and Jade picks up the win.
I'm thrilled that these two black queens are the first two females to fight one-on-one at WrestleMania in a non-title match, meaning that the story was strong enough to get on the show without a title. They did fantastic. I'm not really a big fan of Naomi's new music, but that's just another conversation for another day.
Yeah, we got it. The music's a whole nother conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Anything else, Derek, you want to add to it? I really don't have a lot to say about these middle matches, truthfully.
There's not a lot to say.
There's not, but the only thing I want to say about this is, I was invested in this match, or well, I will say I was invested in the story. Although the story, like the delivery of the story, could have been a little bit better because you had Naomi and delivering her reasoning as to why she did it, and then Jade was just kind of like out of it. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't there to like rebuttal or anything. So like it was just kind of like, here's the puzzle, but now I'm searching for that 99 or that 100th piece to put in. Well said. Other than that, like I enjoyed the story. I I felt like it could have been just a tad bit longer, just a tad, because I wanted to hear from Jade. When I didn't hear from her, I'm like,
I'm hoping there could be some explanation on SmackDown, hopefully, for it.
I hope so, because I was kind of looking like I need a rebuttal back from you.
And this is my perfect time to announce, if they say they're doing a draft, you better boo. Even if you watch us, I know you better boo. But you better boo if they say, we're doing a draft, everyone. Let's shake things up again. I better hear boo. I better see popcorn boxes flying. Because
the draft is coming. The draft is coming, unfortunately.
We do not believe in this. You better boo. Let them know.
Yep.
I like the Jade Naomi match. Guy Will Gamble said, wish Naomi would have gotten the rub. Hubbs, you don't like new metal Naomi? It does not fit, bro.
Nah, it doesn't.
Quill said 7 out of 10 for this match was okay. Was just okay to me. Nice spots from time to time, but just okay. Jay gets the dub as I predicted. We was Vikings. Hashtag one draft. That's a fact, brother.
And I take my prediction for this match as an L, even though I said Jade would win. I said Jade would win in a squash, and I was wrong. I'm happy I was wrong.
I actually think Naomi should have won still. I think you could have made 2 stars from this, but now I'm kind of like, well, let's see what they do with her.
Well, you know what's going to happen next. You know Naomi is going to get involved with Bianca.
Possibly. And that's going to definitely be something for night 2. And we're going to talk about that at the end. U.S. Championship match. Sean, I was wrong on this one too, man. L.A. Knight, Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu came out with a cool mask, did his boogeyman dance. L.A. Knight comes out in the Maserati. He gets in the ring. I thought this was probably one of L.A. Knight's best one-on-one matches, dare I say. I thought he delivered big time in this. Off the moonsault with the blunt force trauma, the BFT or whatever. Yeah. I thought that was really cool how they did that, but Jacob Fatu's a player, dog. Like, that's all I can say. He's here to do his thing, man. He gets the win with 2 moonsaults, man, and Haku comes out to congratulate him. I love what Rob said about it. He was like, I'm pretty sure, like, I want to think that security was like, no one's coming through here, and Haku just walked up and they parted and just let him go through. Like,
you can go.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. And it was really good, man.
Real quick about future prospects. Derek, remember what I said about Jey Uso deserving his flowers?
Yeah.
Because not only because you deserve your flowers, but also because if your window closes, it closes. True. I think what we just saw was the window slamming shut on Larry Albert Knight. I just made that up. I think it's over. I think it's over. And I think that time where he was as hot as fish grease, I'd say Money in the Bank time, I think that's over. I think he's a very good competitor. I think his gimmick works, but I think that they dropped the ball on his world championship window.
Well, see, I said this a long time ago, because remember when was it at that time when he was getting the push?
The Money in the Bank where Priest won. They went nuts for him, and then Priest knocks him off and gets it. And I was like, oh, I think maybe you should have gave that to LA Knight. We might go back and regret that later on. Then he got the title shot. They were still into him. Roman beats him, and it's like, you missed it.
So forget the Damian Priest one. I truly felt at the Roman Reigns time, it was like, okay, what Jey Uso is now is what LA Knight was then. And he should have gotten that title then. I felt like he should have, because I'm like, dude, the moment, because I told him, I said, the moment that Roman Reigns won, that was it. He's not getting a title shot now. It's over.
But the booking was horrible anyway. He should have never been in the match. You should never have him in the match in that situation in Saudi Arabia, because you know he wasn't going to win. And all he was going to do was lose, and all he was going to do was be to his detriment. And now look where we are. Now, I hope that I'm wrong. I really hope. I think LA Knight's a tremendous. Eli Drake is a tremendous wrestling talent. But I think the window may have closed, and I think it may have closed tonight.
Yeah, if it hasn't fully closed, then it has to be the same title that Jey Uso has, because he's right. Because if he goes after the title that Cody has, and that's Roman's turf and everything, it's just not going to work for him.
Agreed.
You can't be in that lane anymore, bro. Because after you lost to Roman, that was it. You can't be in that lane anymore.
Yes, sir.
Not until Roman is gone.
Yo, Eve might have the best comment here. He says, "Sure, you're right, Hubs. They didn't just drop the ball; they dropped the whole pool table, Jack." Yeah, they might have.
I like that, E. I like that. I mean, and I'm sad to say it too. And if Jey Uso had lost tonight, it would have been over for him too.
I'm also impressed with the chat's LA Knight nicknames. My two favorite right now are Lawrence Arthur Knight and what a guy will give will say Lorenzo Abraham Knight.
I think I'm getting good at this whole
Albuquerque Knight.
I think what was the name? I always make people's middle name Bartholomew. I don't know why.
It's a great middle name. If someone ever had that, you would be that would be a funny. You remember in basketball they call out everyone's middle name or something. The coach would. I'm like, yo, why are you doing this, bro? Why are you doing this today?
I mean, it just doesn't flow. LA Knight sounds good with the you can't call somebody Larry Alberto Wright. Larry Alberto Knight. Yeah, it just doesn't feel the same.
If I could make a juvenile joke, Derek, there was someone on our basketball team. Do you remember when we found out his middle name was with an A?
Oh, yeah.
Nick? Yeah. And I won't say his whole name, but we found out his initials were Nads. It was over for that kid for the rest of the day. That was childish, but we still laugh at it. And we're how old? Almost 40. People don't forget, man. So, yeah. Yes, I love it. I mean, Fatu is over. Yeah, he's entertaining in the ring. LA Knight is just a catch. Wow.
Jesse, we see you, brother. Shout out to Jesse Pro Wrestling Shoot. I don't think he's just a catchphrase. I think he's a good talent, but again, I think that Derek, I'm directing it to you because Conrad hears this crap every week. I hate when deserving people don't get their flowers, bro. This is a tough business, bro. Getting over is hard.
It is.
And when you get over, you need to strike while the iron's hot, or you will never. I'm going on record right now. What's today? April 19, 2000, Easter Eve, 2025. LA Knight will never be world champion in WWE.
If he does become champion, it's on his way out.
Maybe so. But I say no. And again, I'm not to bring it back to Jey Uso for any other reason, but to drive this point. If Jade did not win tonight, he would have never been world champion. There are certain people, you only get one bite at the apple.
This is true. Well, you guys know my biggest gripe for someone who had the title and it was taken away from him, Damian Sandow, like, yo, you did that man dirty.
Oh, you mean the Money in the Bank? I agree.
Like, you did him dirty.
Yeah, the Money in the Bank, that was a travesty what they did there.
Derek was upset that they had Cena beat him.
Yeah,
that was terrible. That was terrible.
Like, that was the worst thing that you could ever do to that man.
Flashback, I thought Cody should have won it too back then.
Yeah.
You can go look at it. It's on record somewhere.
Cody should have won it back then too, yeah.
No, I say he should have won Money in the Bank, and he should have been the one in that spot. But if they would have did that same thing, we might look at him a little differently today.
All right.
That's enough out of Derek. That's hate. Moving on to the next.
So Lawrence Alberto Knight, I don't think it's going to work out for him. I'm telling you.
We'll talk about Alberto's in a second here.
Oh,
Rey
God.
Mysterio's matchup did not happen tonight because Rey Mysterio got hurt on SmackDown. I can only imagine if someone else had a wrestler get injured right before the pay-per-view, what people would say. Just want people to think about that for a second. But Rey Mysterio got hurt. Who went in? Was it another LWO member? No, they went with Rey Fénix instead, which was probably the best match you could do. But I thought maybe they go with like a Dragon Lee or something, let this guy get his moment. But we went with Rey Fénix. Understandable. We're still doing this El Grande Americano. They put a filter up. They, it's cheeky. It's funny. And, some people are
it's disrespectful is what it is.
I'm not the biggest fan of all this. As you can tell, probably.
It's crossing over. It's tiptoeing over the line of disrespect to luchadors is what it's doing.
I'm saying it's disrespect because how you make the change, and then we bring it to entertainment, right? Like,
oh my goodness, Derek! I'm saying, bro,
that's very distasteful.
Wow, I mean, wow,
very distasteful.
Oh my goodness, and he wins. Lord have mercy.
So listen, I'm gonna give it up here. Chad Gable. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm breaking the fourth wall here a little. Chad Gable hits an amazing 540 moonsault where he lands on Phoenix with his back. Like I was like, that was pretty amazing.
Yes.
Thought it was well done. We go back to the same gimmick we've been seeing on all the other shows. Stuffs in the little thing into his mask. He's got it. Phoenix goes for the kick, running across the ropes, hurts his foot. This leads to a headbutt. Down he goes, and a headbutt from the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
Big dub.
Mm-hmm.
We had Rey Fenix lose, bro, at WrestleMania. Like I was surprised they did it. I was like, man, but it keeps our pick right though about El Grande Americano for the dub. I was shocked.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Was Chad Gable was on the show? Yes, he was.
Can we just call him El Grande? I'm not calling him Americano.
You can call him whatever.
Chad Gable.
We're calling him Chad. That's who I think it is, BJ, after that match. He's not fooling anybody.
I mean, Rey Fenix loses his first match. Like, it's, I mean, I don't know, man.
This match shouldn't have happened.
Well, I get why they would have had Rey on the show and in this spot instead, but they did what they were doing. It's just weird because you went from someone who's on SmackDown. Is he ever going to get his leg back? I don't know. Maybe there is a draft. I don't know. But you did what you did.
I certainly hope there's a draft because there was no point in you bringing him to this show if he's not, like you said, if he's not going to get his lick back.
Isn't the beef with the LWO?
Yes.
The beef is with the LWO, so why wouldn't it stay in-house?
What? But you brought another contender from another company just to...
Well, let's say this instead.
Shoot him out of the sky.
Let's talk about something that happened on NXT real quick. We heard earlier on NXT, there's going to be a Worlds Collide happening, Kia Forum, June 7th, AAA. I was kind of hot. I'm not going to lie. I was like, we're doing a Worlds Collide? How does TNA feel about that? Like, you picked AAA before us to do a Worlds Collide show? But...
Right,
Conrad, dum-dum. You know when you're like, my bike got a flat tire, and you're like, the day can't get any worse, right? And then a car rolls up by you and it's raining like it was today in New York, in Buffalo, and a car just splashes you. Mm-hmm. They got me. I was so mad. I was like, so not only are we going to try to get an event out before AEW, which, listen, business sense, I get it. Then it is announced that WWE has purchased Lucha Libre AAA. So NXT versus AAA is going to end up happening for Worlds Collide. The company's been sold. They had everyone out there. Bro, there is a picture with Vikingo and Triple H like this. What happened today? What was this? I just think it's bad news for, like, wrestling. Like, watch Andrade's reaction during that. He's right behind Stephanie McCurry, and he's just like, why am I out here? What am I doing?
Bro, none of them are going
to. I'm in church this afternoon. I get a text message from Conrad Cushman about this development. I immediately, very inappropriately, by the way, scroll the internet while sitting in church. Sorry, Lord. And I'm looking at people extremely happy about this acquisition. And you know what it makes me feel, Derek? You know what it makes me feel, Conrad? It makes me feel like people are really stupid and have no inclination of exactly what's going on here. This is not a good thing for AAA wrestling.
It's not.
This was an acquisition just like WWE acquired WCW. It's the same thing. And we had invasion angles and a pay-per-view plan and a plan for Nitro to continue on. And it was going to be Nitro versus Raw. And that lasted about a month. And then WCW faded off into obscurity. What exactly do we think is going to happen to AAA? Do you think that WWE is going to put this machine behind AAA and make it an entity that's going to last a lifetime? Absolutely not. What is there to be excited about?
That we're getting Alberto Del Rio back in WWE because he's the mega champion. Are we excited about people who had issues with Stephanie have occurred before. You can Google them yourself to look them up. Are going to be back in the same company with her. I hope that precautions are going to be taken with this stuff. That's all I'm going to say. I did not like this from a what is healthy for the business of wrestling. Listen, I get WWE wants global world domination from a territory standpoint, and that's what they want. They want NXT in Mexico. I want an NXT in Europe. I want an NXT everywhere they can, every continent. They want an NXT so they can get the best wrestlers from there and do whatever they're going to do.
But who's going to watch it? Just the people where it is?
Fans. They're going to try and get fans to come on in, buy in. Let's get some more people. Don't watch that stuff. Watch this. That's what they want. At the end of the day, I'm just telling you that's what it is. Even if they don't get everybody, they'll get some of them.
Well, I am willing to bet AAA will go down.
They own it. I don't know if it's going to go down. It's part of them, but the question is what happens to it, like Sean mentioned with WCW. Where's WCW today? It's a YouTube tab.
AAA is gonna disappear, bro. It's gonna disappear.
It's going to fade. It's going to fade. It's not going to be overnight, Derek. You're right, but it's going to fade.
Yeah, AAA is gonna disappear. All those luchadors that you have in AAA are all gonna disappear, not get used.
Yep. Maybe the cream of the crop will end up on NXT. Maybe,
and then maybe two of them will make it to the main stage and still get used and abused.
And obviously, I was being tongue-in-cheek about people being stupid, but seriously speaking, people need to wake up and understand what this stuff means. Oh, WCW and AAA, WCW. WWE and AAA are joining forces. No, they're not. WWE bought AAA.
And WWE is about to get a check and bow out.
All right, and WWE is going to do whatever they want with AAA. And 9 times out of 10, what they're going to do is they're going to have it fade into obscurity. That's what's going to happen.
Or set up a territory there, Sean. Like I think there's a usefulness in Mexico because where are the places they could never conquer? Japan, Mexico. We're getting into real wrestling history stuff right now. I'm sorry if y'all didn't want to hear this, but Japan, Mexico, you couldn't break into those for a long, long time. And there's still some spots in Europe even you can't break into those. If they end those and they can get their foot in there, people will be like, "Well, I like wrestling still, but this is all I got to watch." So do
you know what you may or may not be taking into consideration? We got to take into consideration WWE will now have creative control over AAA characters.
Yes,
which can completely adversely affect the careers of these people.
Yeah,
it will. It'll change. It'll change the outcome. It's not good for AAA.
And I'm sure some of them could end up being something, but I hope precautionaries are taken. I'm sure this will be a story for me, Sean, and Derek to talk about on all the respective shows. So stick around when more comes out for that. But we did see Vikingo at the end of the night help Ray Phoenix. It's just surreal to me to see that. Like the guy who was on AEW, TNA, he's been everywhere. He's on WWE now. Like, just different. Very odd.
I don't know. Real quick, and then we can move on. I just feel like this is. I get why WWE is doing it, but this was a dumb move for AAA.
Yeah.
Because ones that are going to WWE or NXT or however you want to look at it, because it's no longer going to be AAA. Do you not understand that you have now been bought by a company where a ton of people do not like the flippity stuff?
Oh, they do now. This is my point, Derek. This is what I talk about every week when I'm like, oh, you like it now. Oh, it's good enough now. So, yeah. Jesse Vikingo's their guy, bro. Conan was part of this.
Yeah, complete hypocrisy.
Yeah. Appreciate you, T-Ferg. You mentioned Alberto and Paige. If I'm Paige, would you want to go back there if he's going to be there?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Like, come on. I'm just putting out things that you got to think of here. What are the chances Vikingo goes to the main roster? I'd say very high. Vikingo, Psycho Clown, those would be the top names I think that I would want to try to do something with.
You get a max of 5 that'll go to the main roster.
5?
That's it.
Okay.
I agree. That's about the cap. That's about how far it will go.
Yeah. We'll never get a modern Deus and Marufuji thanks to Muda. Hope that check is nice and big. Yeah. And I'm hoping that Noah and all those guys aren't next on the list to be sold or something, you know? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I thought they couldn't buy anybody for 5 years. Maybe there's a clause in there. Maybe I missed something. I was told that from other sources that they couldn't buy any other companies. Apparently, I was wrong.
The reason why I say 5, and we can move on. The reason why I say 5 is because they're going to push out LWO. They're going to push them out to replace them. Bring in the next 5, and then there you go. That's it.
Might be right, man. Let's move on to one of the other Royal Rumble winner matches. Charlotte Flair challenges Tiffany Stratton here for the... Oh, and I forgot. Shawn Michaels announced 61, 467. I'm sure someone will have turnstile counts eventually on that. I don't know, nor do I care. Good for HBK. He got a spot on TV. Moving forward, this match... what did you think, man? Tiffany Stratton had the Barbie style entrance. Charlotte came out in the expensive car. I think it was a Rolls Royce, right? Rolls Royce.
Yeah, Rolls Royce. Or Phantom.
Yeah. What did you guys think of this match? So I saw some people say they liked it. Some people were like, yeah,
this was okay. This was okay. But you know me, bro. I'm not a fan of Charlotte. I've never been a fan of Charlotte. Never will be. Tiffany Stratton, she was okay. Some parts of the match were just kind of like a little iffy. Some of the other ones were actually pretty good, and I'm giving credit to both of them. But still, with both of them, the match was shaky.
Sean, what did you think of it?
I think that Derek articulated it quite well. I thought the match was okay. I don't think it was a spectacular match. I think that they both put on a good accounting of themselves. I will take my lack of affection for Charlotte Flair and put it to the side. Bam, non-factor. But
that was your wife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why I did that. So I'm glad you picked up. But no, my lack of fandom and appreciation for Charlotte aside, I thought that she wrestled well. I thought that Tiffany wrestled well, but I don't think it's going to go down as a women's wrestling classic. There's been several matches that were better, including another match that was on the card tonight. Naomi and Jade was better than Charlotte and Tiffany, in my opinion.
If I'm giving out awards right now, I would say sleeper match of the night is definitely that one. Yeah. It's like if you're like moment of the night, it's probably Jey getting his moment.
Yeah.
I do want to go on record. I do want to go on record as saying I was wrong about Charlotte winning. I thought they would give it to her because she's Charlotte. I'm glad to see that wasn't the case. But Tiffany didn't wow, and I think she has more work to do.
She does. She definitely has more work to do. By no means am I saying this is a bad match. It was okay. There were just shaky moments.
Bro, Tiffany Stratton, I think she's got chipped teeth.
She does.
Oh, you think? She definitely does.
No, well, at first we didn't know. We were like, maybe it's blood that just
No, I saw it from the start. She got her teeth knocked out, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on in that. Like, to me, if we had to meet expectations, Mark, we were right here, and they were almost there.
Yeah.
But there was something off. Chemistry, something wasn't right. It's like when you come home and you brought home like a C- in a class or like a D+ in a class you're not doing good in, but it's better than what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, but it's like,
oh, please, been there and done that. I think there was a particular spot in the match where like Tiffany was bent over like through the corner of the ropes, and Charlotte was kind of doing like a back roll off the top rope, like going back into the ring. And then she did an extra somersault because she didn't land. It was like, what are y'all doing? Like this is looking sloppy.
Even Tiffany's Alabama slam into the corner.
Yeah,
like nothing touched, and it was like, what happened there? But I don't want to, like I said, two to tango. They weren't feeling each other. It was what it was. Prettiest moonsault ever gets the win. I can move on.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but I think what kind of hindered the match was the personal situation between the two.
Oh, okay, so she was on the press conference. Her teeth is fine. See, I can't tell. It looked bad, and some people were like, "It is," and then I saw like black, but I'm like, "Is that just the blood like in her mouth?" I couldn't tell. I wasn't sure.
I appreciate the update, but I think I think this needs a little bit more investigation. I think they maybe she put like a mouthpiece in or like maybe some falses. But I'm telling you, if you look back at the match, it looks like her teeth were chipped or something. But it is what I'm hoping they're not. I mean, for her sake, I hope they're not.
Yeah, Quill's giving it an 8 out of 10, better than I thought. Surprised that Stratton retained. I said it before, direct spit in the face of Belair, Rhea Ripley, Asuka for losing the first match. I think both women work a little stiff. It showed in Tiffany's face. Yeah, they looked a little snug in some of the spots there.
Yep.
Tiffany has some bruising as well, one on the forehead, one on tooth. Yeah, she's definitely going to need a steak.
Well, yeah, it looks chipped. But
you see what I'm saying? You don't know if that's just the back of her mouth. You get what I mean? Like, when you look at it deeply, you can't really tell it fully.
I like and appreciate the update by Ransom, but I'm 90% confident that Tiffany's going to need some dental work.
I think this match, like I said, it was okay. I in my own personal feeling, I feel like their personal issues took over.
Mm-hmm.
Could have.
And I could be wrong. Could
be right too. I mean, look, when you have personal issues, it can hinder your chemistry in the ring.
Yeah, because you're too focused. Like, oh, all right, now I got to get in here in the ring with her. I don't want to have to set myself back, but I'm protecting myself from a straight shot if she decides to give me one.
Right. Because you're trusting the other girl in this case, other woman in this case, to not take a cheap shot.
Right. It's the Punk Hangman match. Remember, how awkward it was in some spots because you're like, are you really trying to hurt me, or are you just being smart? Like,
what are we doing? And then one misconstrued or properly construed cheap shot will turn the whole match into a cluster.
Yeah. Right. Even like, yeah, like something where it's like, okay, here's the spot, but maybe I tripped up, or you were out of place, or I misjudged where I was supposed to be, and I get you, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't mean that. I did not mean that. But now you two are going at it because it's like, well, you were already hot at each other to begin with, so.
And it just so happens to be on live television in front of 1 million people.
Right.
All right, main event time, folks. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner. Living Color plays Punk out. Rollins plays like this. Dark side roll. Comes out then wearing the white. I saw the parallels that Easter will just say on the glasses. Roman Reigns came out. I won't have Sean do it right now, but I thought of Sean when I heard the boom, boom, boom. And I was like, time it. Someone start the timer. It took, 6 minutes? 6 minutes. It was a little faster, but
what was that one time we timed?
It was bad. That was real bad.
It was like 10 to 15 minutes almost.
Yeah, that was one of his long entrances, but he was better tonight. They got through it really quickly. Roman came out wearing the white. I was like, okay, that's dope, but what do we say about this? I don't want to go through the spears. I don't want to go through the kicks to the head. I kind of just want to fast forward to the end and get Sean and your thoughts on this. Sean,
yes,
Paul Heyman grabs a chair. This is all that mattered anyway, right? Let's just keep it a stack.
Pretty much.
Paul Heyman grabs the chair. And BJ, I want you to put your theory back in again, too. He grabs the chair. He slides it to CM Punk. Yay! We know wrestling. We're like, wait a minute. What's going on? Heyman gets in the ring. Get up, Punk. You've got this. As soon as Punk goes to put the chair back, low blow. My tribal chief. Here's the chair for you. Wham! Wham! WrestleMania 17 highlights all again in my brain. It's over. Oh, my back. Oh, Rock's coughing up blood. Roman feels good. He's like, my tribal chief, Seth Rollins back his turn. We've seen the Shield moment so many times, Sean. He's like, oh, I'm finally about to get it. I'm going to wail on this dude. He goes back, another low blow. And Paul, you did a little extra there. A little too much extra. He goes back and forth. Down goes Roman, and he helps Seth win. Sean, you called this. What were you thinking? How were you feeling during this? Roman.
Yeah, I mean, I worry about Roman Reigns, honestly. You know, I don't know what's going to happen with him. He's had a mouthpiece for the past year and a half, about 4 years, actually, more than that. But as far as the match specifically, I think you articulated it perfectly that we were just trying to get through about maybe 20 minutes of the match to get to the real point that we were watching for, to see where Paul Heyman's allegiance would lie. I just said that Seth Rollins would be the one that Paul Heyman would align with because everything else just didn't make any sense as it relates to a WrestleMania moment. It would make sense for him to align himself with Punk logistically. It would make sense for him to align himself with Roman Reigns logistically. But what would make the best WrestleMania moment in a match that should never have been a main event to begin with? But I digress. Okay, he's going to align himself with Seth Rollins because that's the only thing that could come about in this match that would make people say, oh my God, I did not see that coming. So with that believability of a WrestleMania moment being something that they would try and pull off, that was my belief. That's what came to fruition. The match, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was well wrestled. I thought it was well put together, but you know, I admit I'm a little bit jaded. You know, I mean, we just saw a WrestleMania main event where neither Royal Rumble winner were in the main event. There was no world championship on the line. I just didn't understand it, and I never will. But it doesn't make any difference now because it's over with.
Yeah. Derek, anything else to add to that, or is it just what it is? Does Seth need to character change? I guess we'll go with that because me and you are very critical of Seth.
Yes.
Sean?
Well, you know, I like Seth Rollins, but I think Seth, first of all, Seth Rollins has been heel without being heel for like the past year and a half. The problem is that the fans like him so much. People like me like him so much. People like me like his music so much that he's still like, you know, a babyface-ish kind of heel, which is the reason why he still gives dap to the fans on the way to the ring. I think Monday night will be the first time in about 2 years that you see Seth Rollins not acknowledge the fans. He's really going to lean into being a heel. He's probably going to say that the fans never saw it coming, you idiot, you morons, you stupid so-and-sos. And then we'll finally get a heel Seth Rollins. How will that translate? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested in E's comment. He mentioned something in the beginning. He kind of clarified here. He said this is the opposite of AEW pay-per-views. The main event was good, but the rest was bad. Like, okay, interesting. That makes a lot of sense compared to what he said. BJ says, I think Seth is working with The Rock. The last few weeks, he's been wearing attires that look similar to The Rock's. Tonight, he came out with a flamethrower at Mania, just like Rock did a year ago. That's an interesting point. Could be. Vinny says betrayals acknowledge the OTC. Yeah, what was that low blow in the extra hand movement? He had to make sure he got him good, I guess. Rollins never going to acknowledge Reigns. Roman taking a vacation after he finishes icing them, them spots, we'll say. 9 out of 10, Quills is saying, for the Punk Rollins Reigns match. Predicted Seth as well as Sean did. Roman without Heyman, I am not worried. I think he does not need to have a manager. Also, Seth beats Roman after making a triple threat at WrestleMania 31 and then does it again at 41. Bravo. 3 guarantees death, taxes, and Seth beats Roman.
Oh, that's true. Our little reminder. I forgot about that.
He has never beaten Seth Rollins. That is always it. Guy Will Gamble says, my girl wanted Punk to win. I wanted Reigns. I told her we would both be disappointed, and it was true. Seth with the flamethrower, just like The Rock. Roman might get Heyman and Rollins. Man, we ain't saying that. Did they have to show Dana White twice? Yeah, I don't know what they were doing with that tonight. Heyman tried to give Roman. Hey. All right, guys. Overall, though, thoughts on tonight, man, because we'll be back again for tomorrow. Get us out of here and get some rest soon. But overall thoughts on tonight's show, summed up.
That was good. It was a good pay-per-view. Yeah, I definitely agree with Rob. It didn't feel like it was WrestleMania, though.
It felt okay. It felt all right. Like, that's the best I can say for it. Like, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but I don't want to say it was bad. It's like, it was okay to me. What'd you think, Sean?
If it wasn't for my major emotional investment in Jey Uso, this WrestleMania would go down as one of the worst WrestleManias of all time.
Really?
If it wasn't, I'm going to say it again. If it wasn't for my major emotional investment in Jey Uso winning the championship, this would have gone down as one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. You had matches that did not have any implications. You had matches where there were replacements. You had main events that were not championships. You had all these different things. Jade and Naomi did a good job. I like to think that Gunther and Jade did a good job. And I think the main event was passable. It was a 7-match card. 4 out of the 7 were forgettable, including the women's championship. I thought it was okay, but definitely not WrestleMania worthy. I am not impressed, and I certainly hope night 2 is a lot better.
I got people saying mid, it was okay. He's kind of rocking with me. Night 1 was boring. Night 1 was okay. Hubs, get ready for those Cody crybabies tomorrow.
Oh, you know that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Craig put up some great points. I hope everyone got a chance to check out what we had up on the screen here about Seth never gets his credit, so Rock will give him what he wants. And Seth told Cody he owes him one, but Cody never delivered that title shot after Seth's help last year. Cena will win tomorrow and will be gone. So they need to work a workhorse to keep the story going while Cena and Rock are gone. Paul loves Rock. Paul wants to win by any means, just like Cena and Rock.
At the end of all of this, I will say Paul goes with Paul is secretly working with The Rock.
Paul Heyman is secret. Okay.
Because I remember I called this when the whole tribal chief stuff was happening, and I was like, The Rock is gonna come back and be like, you ain't the king of Oos. Well, here we go with The Rock saying I'm the final boss, right?
You know, I come on here every year. 39, I had Cody's shirt on. Now I'm sitting here with a Punk shirt on. I gotta stop wearing people's shirts, man. Sean gets the winners. I didn't get them right tonight, man. I think Sean beat me on tonight's predictions. I'm pretty sure of it.
Before we get out of here, though, I do want to there's 3 questions that are on the table. 2 as it relates to tomorrow night, and 1 as it relates to the future of the World Heavyweight Championship. I'll get the Jey Uso question out the way first, and then we'll go into tomorrow night, because there's 2 predictions that you guys are going to have to make that we did not see us having to make beforehand. So, number 1, how long will Jey Uso's World Championship reign last?
I'll give it a month.
So he's done by Backlash.
When's Survivor Series?
November.
Well, Survivor Series is like 6 months away.
Yeah, no. I say by Backlash.
Backlash. I'm gonna say SummerSlam. Go ahead, Conrad.
I will go a little before SummerSlam. I'll say by Money in the Bank.
Fair enough. As it relates to tomorrow night, and I'll double load this question so you guys can answer but in a bunch format. Who is going to be Lyra's partner? Who is going to be Randy Orton's opponent?
I think we both can agree on the Lyra's partner. It's Becky Lynch. Poor Bailey, by the way. Poor Bailey.
Yeah, poor Bailey for sure.
Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch is definitely the partner. And your other question was
who's going to be Randy Orton's opponent?
I feel like you have to go with someone cool at least, bro. Like Solo Sikoa can't come out there.
Solo Sikoa is actually my prediction, which is going to be whack. I mean,
I say go with Nick Aldis. Final answer, Nick Aldis.
Okay, fair enough.
Save your debuts for tomorrow or whatever.
They ruined my prediction already.
What?
Aleister Black.
No, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that tomorrow.
I would.
I think they already put his graphic up for SmackDown.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
I've heard some rumors about Rusev as well.
Yeah, him and Lana already posted the fake picture. Like, we're not in Las Vegas. We're out in a car. You know, it's one of those ones they definitely took way before. And they're like, use it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with the option that makes WWE who I think WWE is, which is a very overrated and simplistic company. So I believe that it's going to be Solo Sikoa.
All right, so we're going Solo. All this. You want Rusev? You want to take?
Yeah, I'll take Rusev.
All right, so we got 3 different ones. We'll see who comes on here tomorrow talking that big stuff. I'm looking here. Sorry, chat. If not Aldous Joe Hendry, man, if I see Joe Hendry come out there.
Joe Hendry is a TNA guy, and they do have a relationship.
Yo, shout out to BJ, man. Thinking along the same lines there. Thank you, Beach. We are getting Rock Roman at WrestleMania 42. I hope you're right, brother.
Oh, man, the time is ticking.
Becky and Rusev. Rusev was in the casino. Spoiler alert. Also heard some high NXT talent, maybe. I'll take that as well.
Whoop that trick, possibly.
Maybe they'll get bouncy. By the way, great main event today as well by them.
Yo, he did fantastic in the main event earlier today.
Let's look at night 2 in a nutshell real quick, shall we?
Oh, this card looks horrible.
Hold on.
Listen to Derek. Derek is disgusting. Yo, put the camera back on Derek, please. Yo, Derek is disgusting. Derek is disgusting.
What is this?
Derek's a hater, folks. He's a hater.
Yo, Derek is 100% disgusted with the card for tomorrow night. Oh, my God.
I know what we're opening up with. We got the women's triple threat tomorrow for the World Heavyweight Championship. That one should be fun.
But I think it's unfair.
What, that is a 3-way?
Well, Rhea shouldn't be there.
Well, she's there. So this should be fun. I'm interested to see what they do here. They have some options. Sean, we got the Intercontinental title match. I think there's no wrong choice here. Like, I don't think there's any way that you could make people mad in this.
I think
but the way I booked it, having Finn align himself with Liv Morgan would be phenomenal.
It puts a lot of pieces together that have happened that they really haven't explained.
Dom shows up on Monday as an extreme babyface. They're going to be cheering him like they booed him.
I also think that this street fight
God.
These two, I think the stipulation might save it.
Oh, who cares if it's a sin? This is stupid. Nobody cares about this match.
You guys are mean.
Nobody cares about this match. This could easily put the whole card up for me, brother. Please, Conrad. I'm urging you and begging you to put the whole card up. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these matches. 4 of these matches could be on regular television.
I'll tell you which ones that could be right on there right now. Go ahead, and put it back up.
4 of them. I'll let you pick which ones, Derek. 4 of these matches could be on SmackDown or Raw.
Listen, the tag team match gone.
Yep.
Damian Priest and get that out of here.
Yep.
Logan Paul, get that out of here.
Yep.
4-way match.
Yep. Those are the 4 I'm thinking. The only 2 matches on this list of 6, and it's going to be 7 with the Randy Orton match, is that would have been, but Kevin Owens is not here. Okay, so there's only 2 of those matches that are pay-per-view worthy, and that's the world title match, and that's the women's world title match. This is going to go down as one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, bro. All time.
Night one is better.
This is WrestleMania 9.
11.
This is WrestleMania. No, I'm going to say WrestleMania 9 because WrestleMania 9 was slightly better.
So you're agreeing?
I do. I have to give you credit for that. That was my surprise for you, Conrad, that I have come around. After watching the documentary, it took me having to watch the documentary, though.
You needed a reminder. You just had to go back and rewatch that.
9 was slightly better. But this is WrestleMania 9 because there's a lot of Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez on this card.
If I ever see Kiss Demon versus Randy Orton, you cut it out right now.
Yo, bro, listen. Do you know a little stat? And I know it's getting late. I got to get up for church in the morning. Let me tell y'all something, guys. When I heard the stat during the pre-show, when I was on my way home, that the Viking War, whatever Raiders they are this week, have faced the New Day 14 times. 14 times.
It's a lot.
And they just faced each other for the tag team titles, not on Backlash, not on SummerSlam, at WrestleMania? Meanwhile, the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and the Street Profits are going to face each other in a ladder match on free television. What is happening here?
Ladder match. Sorry, I had to say it one time.
What is happening right now?
Listen, that triple threat, triple threat tag team match, and with that should never be touched ever again. Ever since the Dudleys, Edge and
Here comes James in Minnesota.
Oh my God!
Edge and Christian and
Hardys.
the Hardys did that match. That should never be touched again.
Well, they needed TV ratings back then.
I don't. Yeah, they needed
when they did, but Bubba Dudley and them one wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. But after that match, you can't do it again because none of these matches today are going to beat that. None of those.
You never know.
You know what? This was. I'm talking about both nights combined. This is a 4-match WrestleMania.
Trash.
This is a 4-match WrestleMania. Triple threat Raw Women's title. Cena and Cody. I know a lot of people disagree, but a lot of people are on my side. A lot of people are not on my side. Jey and Gunther would be one of the 4 for me. And I know, Derek, I respect your opinion. It is what it is.
I agree with you.
And the triple threat. This is a 4-match weekend.
That is, I agree with you 100%. This is a 4-match weekend because the second card looks like trash. It's bad.
I don't know, man. I don't know what WWE's doing, but
like I have no investment in any of this. Like, oh my God. As much as I don't want to see John Cena win the title for the 17th time,
he almost has to.
He has to.
He almost has to.
I cannot stand Cody Rhodes. I'm done with Cody.
Me too.
This is hate.
I'm done.
It's not hate because I agree. Cody Rhodes is good. Anybody who doesn't say that Cody Rhodes has gotten corny has no retinas.
The best thing he's done was the last promo that he gave to John Cena. That was the best thing.
The non-tan one on SmackDown?
Yes.
I don't know. I thought that was a little rude. The Sting thing. Number one, Sting did have a tan. He just wasn't hot dog Hogan tan.
Right.
But what is this, brother? Like, I don't know what it. Cody was getting booed in that promo, but he kind of turned it around. I'm interested to see the reaction tomorrow for him.
There's only one thing about you, Conrad, that's pissed me off in this 4 beautiful years of friendship, bro. And me and Derek have been friends a little less time, but we're brothers here. But the only thing that pisses me off about you is that you won't pull the figurative. Don't be saying stuff under your breath so I can't hear you. Don't turn the mic off so I can't hear you. What did you say?
I'm talking into a microphone because I'm fair.
You can't turn your microphone off and say stuff. That's not right. You won't pull the trigger on controversial subjects, bro. You when it comes to stuff like, listen to me, hear me out. Is this not a 4-match pay-per-view?
Depending on what you're into.
Oh, see, I'm
doing different strokes for different.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you talking? Oh my god!
Okay, so take away the different strokes for different folks. Do you think this is a worthy not even a 2-night? Do you think this is a worthy WrestleMania as a whole?
Worthy of what?
There we go. That's
no. You didn't tell me what.
What are you talking about, man? Well, you know exactly what Derek asked you. A very simple question.
What worthy of what though? Are you worthy? Like, you get what I'm saying? Worthy of what? An ice cream, a dessert after dinner? What are you trying to say?
Is this a worthy enough WrestleMania where you could say this is a good WrestleMania? Is it worthy to say that? Is it worthy enough?
We've only seen half of it.
I know, but just going based off the card.
Oh my god!
Are you asking me? Is it living up to the hype that's behind the card? No, we were all worried about this from the beginning. I thought this was very clear. See, Sean, I think certain things are clear. I'm like, no, we obviously think this card is a little, you know.
If WWE wants to hire us, they will hire us regardless, bro. You do not have to be concerned about the airwaves coming across as we're hating on WWE. This
Chris is not going to WWE. I will get clear on that. Number one.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. This is a card. This is a Backlash pay-per-view. This is a Judgment Day pay-per-view. This is a No Mercy pay-per-view.
Can I answer it the fairest way that I can?
Sure.
Take us out. This ain't WrestleMania 40. It doesn't feel that way. Last year I felt different about WrestleMania. The hype is not there. And do I think we have something that's going to crack that? I just gave Sean a top 10 list of WrestleMania matches. Do I think anything on here is going to crack that list? No. There.
Top 20?
Something could surprise you, but no. If I'm betting, no.
Okay. Top 30?
Sir Quill says this is the capital punishment pay-per-view.
I can rightfully say, in my own opinion, this is a WrestleMania that I won't remember.
Let me ask this. To me, when we're like, let's talk territories of where this is in, this could end up being in like that 32 category. I don't think it's 11 bad or that yet, but I do think it's in that like, oh, this is a disappointment.
No. Based off of what we see right now, I will not say that. I will not say that it's 11 bad because we don't know what night 2 is going to be. I'm just saying night 2, the way it looks like trash.
Well, let's see tomorrow when we are back on the airwaves after WrestleMania. Hopefully we can give this the justice that it is due, and we will be talking about the main event, Cody Rhodes, John Cena. And yeah, we're going to hear all of our thoughts on it. I'm very interested to see what Sean thinks. I'm interested to see what Cody's reaction is. Like I said, he got booed, but then he turned the people around. Are they going to be with him or are they against him tomorrow? Do we find out? Does Rock show up? You know, kind of part of the deal. Maybe Rock shows up. Do we find out anything new?
I think he'll show up for this one.
He better.
I think he will.
He better.
He had, there's no doubt that he has to, but if he doesn't, I'll be pissed. And I never get pissed like this.
Yo, God is my witness, bro. If we see a regular clean match where Cody wins with a crossroads, I'm gonna lose my crap, bro. Like if we just see a 30-minute match, no interference, and Cody just wins with like 2 or 3 crossroads, I'm gonna lose my crap, bro. On Easter Sunday. It's gonna be nuts. I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. Because this match almost has to have interference.
Yeah. It has to.
With that being said, leave us a like. If you're listening afterwards, I apologize for the audio. We're going to clean that up. And we're going to get on out of here, man. So, for myself, why'd you write well with me, BJ? For the man they call Derek, and for Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, we are out. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow on the next one. Peace.